Alright, this is Iron Bill. I'm back with another video, and it's been a few days, and I wanted to kind of get some time under my belt with regards to Season 18, Season of Plunder. And I've played through two characters now, and I still haven't taken the bounties off of one character, and I'm already at level 30. One of the things that I always struggle with as I get going as a solo player, I don't have a lot of hits to bounce things off of, so I have to discover everything myself, so I'm a little slower. And I try not to get on the web and do too many spoilers because part of the fun, of course, is discovering the material. So I don't want to offer any spoilers per se. I will tell you that a lot of the quests and activities are not as intuitive this time. You kind of have to search around, so they're not marked in your map necessarily. And I think that's just a little bit of a different path for Bungie. And people are calling them hidden bounties, or quests. They're really not, um, but they'll come about organically. For instance, if you rank up your star map, then quests will become available. There were a couple of there are craftable weapon bounties that you get if you visit Mars, and it's not on your map. It's not telling you to do it, but it's there. Right now, it looks like a patch has been pushed through, and I suspected this would happen because the grenade launcher issue was going to be a serious problem for the raid tomorrow. It drops tomorrow, King's Fall. And a lot of the legendary grenade launchers and a few of the exotics, Anarchy, as for instance, were doing a bunch more damage than intended, and all reports say upwards of 250%. So that's no small thing. It needed to get fixed, so it would have trivialized the raid. So, and really all in-game content. You take the Anarchy, its arc, I mean, it would have been pretty beast mode. So anyway, looks like I'm getting back into the game. I'll be able to show you my character and show you where I'm at the moment. I had some gameplay saved, but I think I'll just forego that for now uh, and just talk about a few things that I've discovered on my own. And, ooh, frame rate's 30. There we go. That's better. Let's start with a Warlock. Now the Warlock, if I look at it, I did do the Lost Sector and picked up the Fallen Sunstar, which is the new helmet exotic for the Warlock. And ionic traces you create move faster and grant you additional ability energy. Nearby allies also gain ability energy when you collect an ionic trace. Now this could be key in raids or in higher level Nightfall content or dungeons, because everyone's benefiting from you killing things. So the catch is you want to load up on Arc. Oh, sorry. So I'm using Delicate Tomb right now. And I guess I should also take an opportunity to point out that this quest is supposedly bugged. Now, maybe this patch just took care of it, but a lot of people are not seeing progression on this. Now, I have so far, but I've not done a string of strikes for a bit. The ones I did seem to count. It's going to be slow going. I'm not in a great big hurry for this, but this is one of the bugs supposedly for some players. Not for me at this point, but who knows? Maybe I'll only get so far and it'll stop. I've had that happen. Usually if there's a bug, I get impacted by it. I don't have one on me. There's a Tatiana 4 linear fusion void that you can craft. It's pretty solid. There's an auto rifle that's just okay. I really love this tarnished metal. This tarnished metal. It's a 200. I put it on full auto, and with right hook, dealing melee damage gives this weapon increased target acquisition range for a short period of time. This is really a solid auto rifle. Volt shot. Reloading this weapon after defeating a target overcharges this weapon. It's nice to see that chaining, and it does work very well. Now that pairs pretty well with my setup here. Going back to this, if you look, these are my aspects, or excuse me, my fragments. And the whole idea is getting blows with melees, or final blows with melees, or grenades, or what have you, should send ionic traces. and of course that's going to up my recharge time on my abilities, and also give me some other nice effects for jolt and so on and so forth. These are the aspects that I'm using. I'm not really mastered the slide melee thing, and I may or may not get on it, but the nice thing about this is um, it does jolt targets when you rematerialize. So I had been using this. Um, it, I mean, it's passive. I mean, if I wanted to play high level content, I probably wouldn't go for melee because it's going to put me in harm's way. Whereas this gives, it's passive and it gives a boost to my teammates as well. So as a team player, I would play this. I'm using Pulse Grenade, although, yeah, I think that's what I would stick with. Storm Grenade, maybe this for chaining effect. Lightning Grenade, I don't like that because it's not. It's intended to block off areas. I don't need explosive, and chains bolts of lightning. I'm gonna go with that. I think that's probably the grenade I ought to have on right now for this build. And that being said, this weapon kind of dovetails in there. I need to turn that on. Fires a wide horizontal spread when fired. When shot from the hip, final blows with this weapon have a chance to generate ionic traces. Powerful foes and opposing guardians always generate ionic traces. Now, I have a habit of zooming in down sight, and I need to stop that, especially with widespread weapons like this. Go into the public events for the season, and there are lots of enemies out there. So my accuracy would go up quite a bit for hip firing. But anyway. Anything else I would add? Weapon wise, that's really all I've got going on this one right now. My build is generally, you can see the aspects I'm using: surge detonators and outreach. I'm elemental armaments, insulation, and better already. Font of wisdom. This is so when I pick up an elemental well that matches my subclass, it grants me temporary significant increase to intellect, improving the recharge rate of my super. The synergy of this is that elemental ordnance, you can read that. The synergy is that as you're getting kills with arc weapons or your abilities, you're going to be getting wells or orbs that will just benefit you. I mean, it feeds itself. So the more kills I get, the more kills I'm going to get, So I know that's not perfectly worded, but there it is. All right, so that's my setup right now. If I switch over to my... No, I don't want to switch over because the way Bungie's behaving right now, I probably shouldn't do that. I may not be able to get back in. Let me take you to the star map and show you one thing. And we're about 8.5 minutes into this. This will be the last thing I do. I really don't like to take it over the 10-minute limit very much. Although Tuesday I did on a couple of videos simply because there was so much content. And I want to show you this. This is the star map. You want to come here. You want to work on ranking this up because as you do, these quests open up. So these treasure beacons. I was struggling. I'm thinking, okay, why in the world am I not finding map pieces and such like that? And it didn't even occur to me to pay attention to this stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be spending the next few days working on ranking this up and trying to get a reset on it. Yeah, I've plugged in here. This is what I've done. I don't know how to get any more of these. Typically, what they've done in the past is they've put that in quests, and you could find a way to earn one here, but the ones that I can earn I've already gotten, and that's that. So until next week, I think that's going to be it. Pretty much gated on it. Unless now it's quite possible there's a hidden way to do it that I don't know. And somebody might correct me on that. But for now, I've pretty much been focusing on ranking up my character. I am currently at 30, and just about 31. Once I dump my Titan in, I'm going to be somewhere in here. And I haven't played any of that at all, so I could be, by the end of the first week, I could be ranked 50 pretty easily. Um, I know other people probably do that faster, but again, I'm pretty much playing by myself, I don't bother with the LFG and hooking up with people with their ghosts uh, if you don't know about this, you want to have blinding light on, and this mod increases your XP gains by 12%. But if you get into a fire team with multiple people who have it, it multiplies the effect. So, there'll be people who'll be 100 this week, if they play enough. I won't be that guy. And you know what? I don't need to be that guy. One of the things that I need to do is just build up during the season and just enjoy the play and not create a job out of it. So, with that said, I hope your search for items is going well. There are some interesting weapons, and there are some meh weapons. They can't all be diamonds. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Um, Plank stride. You know, I don't like the aesthetic this time around. This looks like a blunderbuss, which is an old pirate shotgunish type thing. I don't care for it. Just not my thing. But you've got these. You've got the tarnished metal, which I do like. You've got the brigand's law. Again, there's that kind of musket-like look to it. This is an okay sidearm. Nothing to write home about. And here's the no reprieve shotgun, and very blunderbuss. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to sign off from there. I want to thank you for watching. This is Iron Bill signing out.